Hi, welcome to Restorative Mobility and Movement. Today, you can join me for different levels depending on what you're capable of when you woke up this morning. Every day is different, right? So treat your body like it's a new thing and figure out where you are today. If you want more challenge, you're going to be on an unstable surface. So that's why I have a mat. If you need less balance challenge, then be on a hard surface because it won't throw off your balance as much. I am going to be on this part mat so that my stability is challenged. And then I have my 3-foot roller for just in case, right? We keep it on our around our person so that we can tap out if we need to recenter. Otherwise, we're going to shift our weight into our left leg. Make sure that you are pressing down underneath your big toe, your pinky toe, and in your heel. And then I'm hypermobile, so I can lock out my legs and it looks like that. That means I'm in my joint, not my muscle. So if I want to stay in my muscle, I have to have a soft bend in my legs, and then suddenly I can turn on my hamstring and my glute. That's what I'm going to do with my standing leg. So I have my pressure point under big toe, pinky toe, heel, a soft bend in my knee, and then I'm going to squeeze my glute on my standing leg. It's supporting my weight. I'm going to use this roller just to get situated because I have to make sure that my hips stay square. A lot of times people either hike up or they sag down, but we need our hips even for balance. You can already feel your foot probably doing this. It's getting its work. So you figure out where you're at. If you have to hold on to the roller to get there and then play touch and go, you can, wherever you need to be today. If you're ready for the next level, your hands will go to your hips. And if you're ready for the next level, your hands interlace, they go behind your head, and then my head is pressing back into my hands so that my upper back turns on. Now from there, I can just hold, and you can set a timer, and you can hold for a full minute, or we can add movement to challenge it. So I'm going to point my hovering leg, and I'm going to tap down to the mat and pull it up. Now, if you want to integrate more muscles at the top, I can squeeze this glute and then pull my leg down with my glute. It makes it a little more tricky, tries to throw off your balance a little bit more. We're halfway. That was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can move slower if you want. You can really crawl. The slower you go, the harder it is. When you lift up your leg, make sure, again, that your hips don't hike like that. You would want to keep your hips even and then lift your leg only as far as you can without rocking those hips. Okay, so we just did that leg. Now we move our roller over. We're going to use our other leg. It may not be the same. God gave your legs 2 different zip codes, so respect where they're at. Again, I'm putting pressure underneath my big toe, my pinky toe, and my heel. I'm unlocking my standing leg knee. So I'm in my muscle. I'm squeezing this glute, and then I'm going to lift this left leg up. From here, I make sure that my hips are even, they're squared. And then I'm going to pull my leg up only as far as I can without rocking this boat. I can just hold this, or I can move my hands to my hips and behind my head and hold. And then if I want to add movement, I'm going to pull my toe down with my glute and pull my leg up. Again, not hiking that hip, keeping your pelvis nice and still as you move. And if you're looking at me and you're falling over, you can just listen to my voice while you stare at the wall behind me so that you don't lose your balance. Because if we stare at something still, we do a lot better job. I think we have 2 more left. Very good. Let me put that leg down. Now we're going to work on external rotation. It's either easier or harder for you. Usually people struggle with one or the other, and it's not always predictable. So again, I'm going to shift weight into my left leg. And this time, I'm going to bring my leg out to the side. So I have lifted my leg up, my hips are squared. I'm opening my leg only as far as this hip doesn't try to turn towards it. So with each hip, it may be different. And then I'm pointing that toe, making sure my hips are squared, my knees not locked. And then I decide my balance challenge. Is it just staying here and playing touch and go? Maybe it is. Otherwise, hands on hips, or hands behind head, head pressing back into your hands. Ooh, I nearly lost that one. And then I lift up and tap down. It's hard, isn't it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did it and didn't fall over. Yay. Now let's say my other. Now we're going to move to the other side. So I'm anchoring down in my big toe, my pinky toe, my heel, unlocking this knee, squeezing this glute. I'm lifting my leg up, making sure my hips are squared. And then I'm going to open my leg out to the side. So again, I'm only opening as far as this hip doesn't try to turn towards it. It's different for me. It's probably different for you. And then we can either do touch and go, or we find, ooh, I almost lost it, our balance challenge. Oh, here we go. Can I do this? Pressing my head into my hands. I'm going to tap down and pull up. Not hiking my hip. And squeezing my bottom as I push that leg down. Almost there. 8, 9, 10. We did it. All right. You can go through and do that series again if you would like to. You know, my hips always feel tired after that because so many muscles are working to stabilize. The other thing we're going to do is get our glutes involved. And it seems like a weird way to get your glutes to work, but trust, we're going to find them. For our glute activation and our calves, we're going to have our feet in a Pilates V, which looks like this. And then we're going to stand on the balls of our feet. Sorry if my feet are dirty. I'm outside. With my heels squeezing together and my knees unlocked, I'm going to hold onto my roller to get started so I get the feel for it before I try to balance. Okay, so I'm squeezing my tummy, I'm squeezing my bottom as I lift. Again, keeping those heels connected. And then I'm squeezing those heels together as I lower. So my heels are actively pressing into each other as I go up and as I go down. And I only get to go as tall as I can stand on the balls of my feet. So it's not putting all the pressure on my toes, it's on the balls of my feet. And you should start feeling all of this burn as you're doing it right. Woo. You can do these until your bottom falls off, or you can do about 15 of them. That's usually about what I like. Ooh-wee. Was that 900? 901, 902. And again, if you get wobbly, you can play touch and go with your roller, but the goal would be able to do it like this. It's so much harder, especially when you press your head back into your hands. It becomes a full body exercise. My calves are burning. How are yours? Well, your bottom should be burning too. The whole backside of your leg should be on fire. Let's do 3 more because we can. Whew. Oh, so good. Now we're going to take away the buddy support group. So instead of being in that V turned out position, we're going parallel. So it's just underneath your hips, ankles underneath knees, knees underneath hips. And again, we've got our roller if we need it, because this one, we're going to feel more wobble in our ankles. I'm rising up to the balls of my feet. Again, trying not to push all my weight to my toes and rolling down and up. Enjoy the top where you've got your balance and down. And then we get to decide what we would do with our arms. They can go to our hips. They can play touch and go on the roller if we need to, or your hands can go all the way up. But with this one, you're going to be able to feel if you're pressing unequally through your feet because your body weight is going to shimmy. Oh, I almost lost that. And then roll down. So the slower you go, the more you grow. Both directions. It takes so much concentration, it's almost hard to talk to you. Elbows nice and wide. Do you notice one foot struggling more than another? I think my left one is having problems today. Oof. I think we've got 3 more at least. You have the advantage of being able to pause this whenever you want and do extra reps because you can. Okay, now we're gonna prance it out. So I rise up on both of my feet, and then I'm gonna lower one down with control, rise up, lower the other one down. Whew. That transition, you have to balance at the top of the move, and you're trying to keep your hips from rocking. They're nice and still while we do this. You should feel this in your bottom, so keep squeezing that glute as you pull through the movement. Surprisingly large amount of work for something that looks so simple. Oh, I fell out of that one. One more each side. We did it. Yay. I feel like I should get a pat on my back every time I finish one of them because it's like, check, did that. Now we're going to do our around the world. Again, with a roller or without a roller. I always like to start with a roller so I can feel what good form is before I try to do it myself. I'm going to be balancing on my right leg, pressure underneath my big toe, pinky toe, and heel, evenly spaced, and then a slight bend in my knee because I can lock it out, squeezing my tummy, and I'm lifting my leg out. So again, we tend to hike our hips around. I want you to keep your hips squared, and then you're lifting your leg off the ground. Now I have a stiff left hip, so I can't lift it very high. And that's okay. You're gonna lift it where you can lift it, but you should feel this burning. And then once you found that spot, again, we can take our hand off the roller to our hips or behind our head. I think I'm gonna do my hips this time. And then I'm just tapping down. So I lift and tap down, lift, tap down 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost lost it. 10. Oh, I did it. Okay, we're gonna burn out the standing leg and this leg, so we're not switching legs. Yay! Again, standing the same leg. This time the leg is coming out in front. So my toes are always pointed. Helps me clear the ground a little bit better. Squaring off my hips. I'm gonna tap and lift 10 times. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay. This is the hardest one. Going back. And turn to the side so you can see it. I'm still using the same leg. I'm gonna stand up nice and tall, and my leg goes behind me. So see, we want to bend our knee, which can take it out of the glute. So it's just barely lifting it off the ground and tapping it back. I'm gonna squeeze my tummy, stand strong in my standing leg, and then I'm just gonna reach back 10 times. So I'm gonna let go of my roller and try to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay. Now we get to do the other leg. And we can do it the same way and work backwards. It's kind of fun, like you go up a mountain, come down a mountain. So I'm going to stand strong in my opposite leg. So now I've moved to where my left leg is my standing leg. My right leg is going back behind me. I'm going to square off my hips and then stand tall, squeeze my tummy, squeeze this glute, and it's going to lift my toes off and tap them down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, that's hard. If you're doing it right, it's just a little lift. A lot of people try to lift too high and you see what my torso does. Torso still, just the leg moves. Now I'm gonna do the front, because we're going down the mountain, right? Squaring off my hips, standing strong on my left leg, unlocking that knee, and then I'll find my balance point. I'm gonna lift and tap 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now to the side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Around the world. Check. Now we're going to put those moves together. So I'm back with my original leg, my left one, standing strong on my right. I'm going to lift my leg out in front. Okay, this is where I find my balance. I'm going to move my hands to my hips, and then I'm slowly reaching my leg around. Woo-wee, and back. We did it. And again, and back. And again, you've got your roller if you need to touch down. And go as slow as you need to not lose it. One more. Actually, we could do 10 of these. That was 5. This is doable, right? 7. 8. 9. Oh, last one. 10. Other side, right when that leg was getting tired, right? Saved by the bell. Putting pressure equally throughout my foot, unlocking that knee, bringing this leg out in front, saying a Hail Mary. This is my weaker leg. Here we go. So far, so good. That was 1. 2. You like it when I sing my numbers? 3, 4, 5. I'm getting shaky. 6, 7. This is when we start to notice our legs are different. 8, 9, 10. I'm doing one extra just in case. Oh, did it.